You look at Thousand Eyes Idol and it's this green moldy blob thing with peppermint arms and legs and a little party hat and a cape.
Dual sauce, extra sauce.
Hit that subscribe. Hey everyone, this is Jesse from the Janjo Zone here to talk about a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh card, Golden Idol. I never thought I would see the day when the worst Yu-Gi-Oh monster of all time got a retrain. Wait, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, because that helps me upload more videos and know that you like content like this. Yes, I do think Thousand Eyes Idol is the worst monster of all time. It's a level 1, which I guess you could use 1-for-1 on it, but Its attack and defense are 0, which you can't go any lower than that. It has no effect, and really its only use in the game is to use it for a fusion summon for Thousand Eyes Restrict, but there's never any reason to use him because most of the time you're summoning Thousand Eyes Restrict is either using Relinquish Fusion or in the GOAT format, Metamorphosis. So you never use this card anyway, even in modern Relinquish decks when you have new cards like Relinquish Fusion, Millennium Eyes Restrict, and Millennium Eyes Illusionist. So I was very excited when we saw that Thousand Eyes Idol is getting an effect version. It's not released yet, but it will be coming out in the Prismatic God Box. Oh my god, that's a name. And that will come out actually later this year on December 19th, at least in Japan. I'm not sure when it'll come out in America, but it inevitably will. I'm a big fan of the Relinquish archetype because I've always loved the villains decks of dual monsters. They've always had really fun cards like Toon Monsters and Relinquished and the Winged Dragon of Ra and Gravekeepers and things of that sort. So what's Golden Idol's effect? Well, let's read it. He's a 1-star dark spellcaster with 0 attack and 0 defense. That much remains the same. And his effect is once per turn, you can look at your opponent's hand. Also, this card's name becomes Thousand Eyes Idol until the end phase, so you can use him for fusion monsters. This card is banished or sent to the graveyard by a card effect, like a Foolish Burial, perhaps. You can target one effect monster your opponent controls, equip it to one of your Relinquish monsters or Eyes Restrict monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. So he works like an additional Relinquish. That's really interesting and unique. While that monster is equipped by his effect, the monster it is equipped to gains attack equal to the equipped monsters. So yeah, it's like Relinquished. You can only use the effect of Golden Idol once per turn. So this is really cool because this is a monster that's very easy to dump out to the graveyard. You could use Foolish Burial, you could use a 1-for-1 and then link it off. There's many ways to get his effect to work, and it's also by banishing. So Allure of Darkness, that's another card you could use. So there's a lot of ways to use this card to steal another one of your opponent's monsters, and that's pretty cool. Now it does target, that is a downside because targeting is kind of a crutch in modern effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, it's a very cool effect that you can steal not 1 but 2 monsters, and yeah, that's pretty crazy. They can start picking off your opponent's field instead of just picking, 1 monster. You can decide, well, I can just grab 2 and really buff up my Relinquished or my Millennium Eyes Restrict, because it doesn't say that you can only equip 1 monster to it. So it's really cool that you can do all this stuff with the Golden Idol, and like, it just looks way cooler. You look at Thousand Eyes Idol and it's this green moldy blob thing with peppermint arms and legs and a little party hat and a cape. And this new one is, it's still kind of dressed kind of silly, but it's golden and it has those millennium eyes all over it, and that looks way cooler. Plus it has a cool pose. Instead of its I'm ready pose, it has this crossing its arms, almost waving its finger with its foot on top of you, like, yeah, I'm kicking your ass this time. You better watch out because I am making my way into those Relinquish decks, and I'm sure he will be added to the Relinquish decks. I don't see a realm where he isn't. I don't know what the ratio you would want of him in because he doesn't really do anything by himself. You could link him off for Relinquished Anima, which is kind of cool, but in terms of getting the effects off, you kind of already need your Relinquish monster or Eyes Restrict monsters. He doesn't work for something like for a Millennium Eyes Illusionist or Illusionist Faceless Magician because that would be a bit too overpowered. Maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't be that overpowered. I think it would be cool if he could equip to the entire archetype, not just the main boss monsters, but I kind of get what they're going for. They want to stick to the monsters that are supposed to do in the first place. I do think it's cool that they're retraining a lot of these Pegasus cards, because they've already done it with the other two, with Millennium Eyes Illusionist and Illusionist Faceless Magician, which, again, like Thousand Eyes Idol beforehand, were completely useless and never worth running in any sort of deck, even in a Millennium or Thousand Eyes deck. But now you can use all those fun cards. I don't know if there's any I can think of that we would see more, apart from more specific spells and traps that relate to relinquished type of things, because there might be some other ones in the future. I would love to see maybe a Parrot Dragon or a Bakuri box, but they don't really fit the look and the theme of the illusion and the eyes. They fit more of tunes, so maybe we'll see that one of these days. I wouldn't quite hold my breath. But I'm really excited about Golden Idol. I think it's a really cool, unique monster that really takes the worst monster in Yu-Gi-Oh!, arguably in my opinion anyway, and making him something worth runnable in the deck that he should be ran in. Because this isn't something you can just throw in any deck. This is a archetype card, and we don't have a rarity for it as of yet, apart from Prismatic God, so maybe he'll be some sort of prismatic rare, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So I guess we'll find out in the future. But definitely let me know what you think about Golden Idol. Is this a card that you're excited for? Is this a card that you think you'll be running? And how much potential do you see Golden Idol having to making a relinquished deck maybe more consistent or more powerful or more fun, or if you just think that it's not going to be good whatsoever? I think it's going to be good, but we'll have to wait and see just how good it helps the deck. I don't think it's going to be a meta-defining card, but it doesn't hurt the deck whatsoever, and I'm happy about that. So again, let me know your thoughts, questions, and concerns down in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media, like Janjo Zone, which is my Twitter, or perhaps on the launch base, my Discord, so we can talk about more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And also make sure to check out my Patreon, because I have great perks for that, like letting me do a discussion you want to do monthly. On top of that, I got merch for some sick shirts that you can check out, like a awesome Dual Sauce t-shirt I get on there. And of course, until then, have a wonderful, fantastic way, and yeah, I'll see you all next time.